The keys to the studio? The key felt cold and heavy in Akito's palm. Behind him, his parents' car was a shrinking speck in the distance, and before him stood a door with a peeling number 4. Inside, the studio apartment was a sea of brown cardboard boxes. It was small, and it was quiet. And for the first time in his 19 years, it was entirely his. He took a deep breath, the scent of dust and floor wax filling his lungs, and realized that he had no idea where the packing tape dispenser had gone. Dinner on the first night was supposed to be a celebration, but the reality of adulthood tasted suspiciously like slightly scorched noodles. Akito hovered over the small electric stove, a spatula in one hand and his phone in the other, desperately scrolling through a how-to video. The steam rose in a thick cloud, triggering a chirp from the smoke detector that made him jump. He realized then that his mother made the kitchen look much easier than it actually was. The university campus was a sprawling labyrinth of brick and glass that seemed designed to confuse the newcomer. Akito stood at the edge of the central plaza, clutching his backpack strap so tightly his knuckles turned white. Thousands of students swirled past him like a rushing river, all of them looking like they knew exactly where they were going. He felt like a single leaf caught in a gale, wondering if he'd ever find room 302 before the lecture ended. It was in the quiet, hushed aisles of the library that Akito met Sora. They were both reaching for the same thick volume on macroeconomics. When their hands brushed, they both jumped, offering sheepish apologies in synchronized whispers. Sora pointed to the pile of notes Akito was carrying, noticing the frantic scribbles in the margins. "The first week is the hardest," Sora whispered with a kind smile. "Do you want to grab a coffee and compare notes?" Adulthood, Akito discovered, was a series of mathematical problems involving grocery store aisles. He stood in front of the cereal display, holding a calculator and frowning at the price of granola. He had $20 left to last until Friday, and the fancy milk he liked suddenly felt like a luxury he couldn't afford. He swapped the name brand flakes for the bag on the bottom shelf, feeling a strange sense of pride in his growing frugality. Disaster struck on Tuesday in the form of a rogue red sock. Akito stared in horror at the washing machine as he pulled out a damp, pink version of what used to be his favorite white dress shirt. The laundry room smelled of lavender and regret. He sat on the cool tile floor, the pile of rosy-hued clothes in his lap, and started to laugh.